Hello everybody and welcome to Philbert Flies and welcome to Brazil. So this afternoon we are flying the A320neo from Rio de Janeiro to Cuiabá, which is sort of quite a long way northwest in a different time zone. This here is the TropicalSim Rio de Janeiro Santos Dumont scenery, and it's my first time looking at it. It looks pretty good. Hello Darren, hello Wi-Fi Plays, hello Kai, hello Ben, hello William, sorry William. Hello Jason, Jenny, Marcus. Yeah, no, I'm done with UK weather. Darren, hello. Tokyo Style, hello. Have I missed anyone? If I've missed you, I apologise, but it's lovely to have you all here, as always. Hello Dingo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, so this is, I'm just going to give you a quick twirl around the airport. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty good, to be honest. I like the weathering on the buildings. Not so keen on this glass up here, but you know, you can't have everything. I would say this is a definite step up from Faro, which is the only TropicalSim scenery I've reviewed to date. Ah, there's someone over here. Who is this? I have two people who are planning on flying with me, I think, here on VATSIM. One is Steve, and the other is... I've forgotten. Red Skull. They are both planning on joining us. So anyway, let's get set up and start the ball rolling. Now, I've actually changed my departure route. Kai, thank you very much for posting my routing. It's still more or less valid, but I've chosen a different departure. We're going to take off from runway 02 right, because the wind is from 020, and we're using the IH1 Alpha departure via Sideur. So that's a slight change. It's very similar. I'm sure you'll get to the same place if you use the IH1 Delta as well. X-plane cockpit is detailed than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, it depends on the aircraft, I think. Right, so I'm going to start the APU. I haven't run the FS2 crew pre-flight events today, which is a little bit controversial, but it's because I had my head buried in the cockpit trying to sort out my routing and all the rest of it. So we'll just pick that up from the checklist stage. So that's good. Ah, amazing, amazing Flightzilla. Ben, I'm very excited for you. Also, rather you than me. When are we going to see our first shots from it? Meanwhile, I'll go over to the init page and start setting that up. AZU4513. Does anyone know what the call sign is for Azul? I didn't look it up. It's all a little bit last minute. I was eating my soup and then all of a sudden it's time to go. Not good, not good. Yeah, I don't think you've connected properly, Red Skull. So our alternate today is going to be SLVR, which is well, somewhere in Brazil, isn't it? Cost index will be 20, and we'll be cruising at flight level 360. So that's that done. I have not calculated our performance, so I'll go ahead and do that quickly on webpro.cz. Marcus, I don't think I've said hello to you. Hello. Welcome. I'm sorry you missed our high altitude tour of Stuttgart the other day. So, SBRJ. Get the METAR. Now this has a very short runway for an A320, so I'm going to try calculating for a flaps 1 plus F takeoff, and hopefully it'll tell me if that's not enough. We're going to don't need anti-ice certainly. The runway's dry, and our takeoff weight is 68394 kilograms. 24.87. 02 right. Calculate. Yeah, minimum runway length for flaps F1 is 2,000 meters. So we do not have enough runway for flaps 1. Do we have enough runway for flaps 2? No, we do not. Do we have enough runway for flaps 3? We can't take off with flaps 3. This is a nightmare. We'll do a packs off takeoff. Oh dear, it's saying whatever I do, we don't have enough. We don't have enough runway to get airborne. So this is not a great start. What to do? Could lose some weight, I suppose, couldn't we? Just as all. Thank you, Ben. Cheers. See you later, William. Good luck with your business. Oh, Harrison, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. I mean, Odingo's been present on the Discord for a long time. I thought you might have gone to bed. I'm pleased to see you haven't. How long is the runway? It's a good question. It is 1,323 meters, 4,341 feet. Now they do this route in a Neo, so it must be possible. Yeah, I guess you're right. I've never done a flaps 3 takeoff, but it won't allow me to select flaps 3 for some reason. Maybe this is unique to the Neo or something. I don't know. What about, I'm just going to play around with the figures. What if we lost a little bit of weight? Could we then do a flaps 2 takeoff? No, we could not. Okay. Well, I guess we'll do a flaps 3 takeoff. We'll hope for the best. I can't think of an alternative. And we'll keep the packs off and use toga power. And hope for the best, I guess. It's not good, is it? Full toga, send it. Yeah. So it says we need a minimum of 1,500 feet, right? So how long did I say the runway was? 1,000. Oh, what? No, it must have said we need a minimum of 1,500 meters. Runway's 1,323 meters. Yeah, we'll just do flaps 3, floor it, and hope for the best. It worked at it worked at oh, what's that airport in Italy with the dodgy runway? Florence. Worked at Florence. We got up. All right, let's put in flaps 3 / 0.8 up. We'll use its own V-speed, seeing as the calculator won't let me do it. Transition altitude, let me look at the SID chart quickly, is 7,000 feet. And obviously we're going to leave flex takeoff blank because we're using Toga. Hello Chris Cross, welcome to the stream. Spoken like a true Ryanair pilot. Oh, I said hello already, did I? Good. Oh, excellent. Fedler and Effler. What does that mean? Throw a few fatties off. It's a fair question, Jenny. Hello, Reese. And hello to anyone else whose messages I've missed while my head has been buried. Right, let's have a quick look at the departure chart, see what restrictions we have. So we need to be at or below flight level 80 when we pass Raza. So that's what will set as our initial climb altitude. And we're going to use selected altitude mode because, you know, it's a bit funny. So we've done our performance page. Have we done our init B page? No, we haven't. We'll do that now quickly. Block fuel is 11.5 tons. I can only assume that they have special permission to use flaps 3 here or something. And I would like WebPro to give me that option as well, but it just won't. Hello Suhaib, welcome. I think it's shorter than Florence because I was at least able to get V-speeds for Florence, even if they did result in me going a little beyond the runway. Right, so that's our setup. Let's do the before start checklist.
Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On and auto.
ADS.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Set.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Baro ref.
1015. Set.
1015. Set. Down to the line.
Right, and I'm just going to bung in those takeoff figures
Below
to
the
FS.
line.
Oh no,
Windows
didn't mean to
and
do that.
doors.
Didn't mean to do that. Dear oh dear. Amateur hour in Brazil. 136, 137, 141. 136, 137, 141. That's set up. And do you know what? As the doors are closed and everyone's boarded, in fact rather too many people have boarded, which is why we can't get off the ground, we may as well carry on below the line. So we'll turn the beacon light on. Oh, red sky, it's a shame. No worries, another time. I think I did. Right. Horse and monkey. I should have known Fedler. Effler, I don't think I've ever known. According to the Airbus website, the A320neo can do takeoff at 1,400 meters at maximum landing weight. That's interesting. So really, it's WebPro that's the issue, isn't it, I think? So maximum landing weight is 66,000, and I actually looked at reducing my weight down to 60,000, and it still wouldn't have it. It'll all be fine. Once you've been to Paro, nothing phases you. You know what I mean?
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Before start checklist complete.
Right, so which way do we want to face? I'm too busy sat here looking at Jason to work it out. Hang on, let me get my charts up again. It's going to be one of those flights, you know the sort, where I just don't have a clue what's going on at any point. So we're going to push back, we're going to turn the nose to the left, and get the engine started. Let me just set up my pushback express to give us a Spanish ground crew, I feel. We don't have Portuguese, we certainly don't have Brazilian, but Spanish is sort of maybe close enough. Oh, Jason, of course, it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Did you have a good one? You're already 2 minutes behind. How do you do it? Oh, sorry, yeah, it is Steve. I did know that. I get you muddled up. Both joined Club Phil, but at about the same time, and I know you fly together. Right, let's get underway.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
There's no one around. Well, there's Steve parked up over there, but he's not going to care about my pushback, which is why I'm not announcing it on Unicom. Hello, Hassan. 3 bottles of champers between 2 of you. Nice. Yes, how is your mum? How is your mum? And we'll crack on with the engine start.
Starting engine 2.
And what we'll also do with a similar sort of time is we'll switch the APU bleed on
You're
and
clear
disconnect
behind. You
external
can start
power.
your engines at your discretion.
I know you're sort of Steve. You and Jason are sort of the big success of Filbert Flies, I would say. You know, you got together, you're flying together, enjoying each other's company online, and it's all down to me. So you should be honoured that I get you muddled up. Stop. It's not stopping. Why is it not? Oh, there we are. Okay, good.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the right side.
Starting
with the
engine
beep.
1.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Ooh, so Steven sent me an update which means that we have ground services available on here, which I of course totally forgot to show you or use, but we'll try and remember at the other end. So yeah, so we can now call for the stairs, the jetway, baggage, ground power, fuel, and catering, and we can also do some sort of pushback, which you know, I imagine it's not quite as good as what Pushback Express does, but still, cool little feature.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release
I'm
your
pleased she
seatbelt,
hasn't broken
lift the
anything,
metal
but
flap on the
oh,
buckle. It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt.
well, I hope the
fastened
MRI
all
comes
times
back
while
okay.
using. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door operation. Each door is equipped with an escape slide.
This is the fly-by-wire A320.
Exit to you and note that the nearest
You'll let me go
exit
first,
is
just in
behind
case.
you.
You go straight into Sugarloaf, okay. That's very very gentlemanly of you.
If there is a loss of cabin
Oh, hello,
pressure,
Max, how are
the
you?
panel will open and oxygen mask will appear. Remain seated.
Right, so we've got 2 good engine starts, so we can turn off the APU bleed, turn off the APU, turn on the taxi light, we'll get rid of Pushback Express, and we'll do the after start checklist. Did I set flaps correctly on the perf page? I've got a feeling, yeah, I did. I'm not sure that the co-pilot will set them right. Maybe if I tick the right button he will.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Ah, he is, good.
Set.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Pitch trim I haven't set, should be 0.8 nose up.
Smoking is not permitted in the cabin or in the lavatory.
25% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist. Complete.
Oh, you must be relieved. I'm glad they fixed that. I've enjoyed seeing what you're up to with Birmingham. It looks good. It looks good. You reckon if Phil was just like in Fast and Furious, rings up Hector for some maybe. When do you get the Club Filbert coffee cup? It's already available. It's already available in the Club Filbert lounge, Marcus. But I myself forgot to install it, as I often do. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Max. Yeah, I'm good. What was that? Who was that? Oh. Chris Plays, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. And welcome to the stream. I haven't turned my alert box back on. So whenever I do filming, I close a lot of things down in Streamlabs, and then I always forget to turn them back on. Got most of them, but not all. That's the alert box sorted out. And yeah, we can do a bit of flight control checking, I think, now.
Flight control check.
Full up. Full
Oh, that's
down.
interesting. It
Neutral.
hasn't come up automatically. I wonder why.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Let the first officer do his. Hello, smooth flying. Welcome. Yeah, it's true. I am here largely down to Stephen, who's been badgering me to come to South America. And someone else suggested coming to South America as well. A flight from Rio has been on my to-do list for a while.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Right, let me just work out where we're taxiing and then I can let Steve know. Juliet, Delta and Echo. Santos Dumont traffic, Azul 4513, taxiing, holding point runway 02 right via Juliet, Delta and Echo.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Yeah, you're a big green thing. It's my model matching, probably. I will smooth flying, definitely. I think like fresh filbert coffee beans, absolutely. Yeah, I think you should if you're into your South America flying, which I know you are. Seems like a good one to get so far. There's a whole nother bit to it over there from the looks of things. Or maybe not, maybe that's just a different island. I don't know. So now we're away from the terminal building. We'll turn on our weather radar and our predictive wind shear warning, while also trying to make some kind of an effort to follow the taxi line. And we'll do our before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flat setting.
Config 3.
Config 3. V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
V1 136, VR 137, V2 141.
V1, 136, VR, 137, V2, 141, ATC.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Down to the line.
Now this is interesting. This says it's a holding point for runway 20. And these are definitely runway 02 left and 02 right, so I'm not too sure what that's about. But I presume we hold here until we line up, so I'll do that. And we'll assume we've been cleared for takeoff. I'll have a quick look at VATSIM, make sure nobody's coming. There are in fact 2 inbound flights. 2 British Airways flights, in fact, both from Cusco. Which is interesting. But they're a long way off. So we'll turn on our landing lights, nose light to take off, and strobe light on. And then we'll do the before takeoff checklist below the line.
Below the line.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff. Takeoff runway.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yes,
Cabin
we're on
crew.
on Unicom.
Advised.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Pax.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
There's very rarely any air traffic controllers on over Brazil. Certainly not at this time of day. Bit early, isn't it, over there? Harrison, thank you. This should cover the NOS once you hit the run. Excellent. Just in a nick of time. Really appreciate it, thank you. And to think I was toying with the idea of going for 02 left, which is shorter. Glad I didn't. So it's very hard to tell from these blurry ground textures exactly what we're doing, but I'm going to taxi as far to the end of the runway as I possibly can. Everybody flap your wings, yeah. Okay, so moment of truth. Gonna hold the brakes on, get toga power, and then let go and hope for the best. So yeah, do some flapping, keep your fingers crossed while you're at it, although that might give your hands less lift. Oh, it's a nightmare. I don't know what's to become of us. But anyway.
Ready?
Ready.
Take off.
There's Steve pushing back. Santos Dumont traffic, Azul 4513, taking off runway 02 right, departure to the northwest. Engine stable, up to toga, and off we go, maybe.
Mantoga, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
Check. Thrust set.
Oh, I wish I was in the CJ4. We'd be up by now if we're in the CJ4.
100 knots.
Check.
How do they do this? I'm going to rotate early and just climb very gently.
V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Yeah, well, I think we can say we got away with it.
Gear up.
Just.
Flap swap.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Start our turn to the right. If let's engage the autopilot, then I can
AP1.
Check.
show you around a little bit. Yeah, so what happened, Max, was that I tried to calculate my takeoff speeds on WAB Pro, and it basically said that there wasn't enough runway, whatever flap setting I chose, and even if I shaved 10,000 kilograms off the weight. So we decided to just go for it, because I know that they do fly this route in an A320neo. Struggling to climb, isn't it? So I figured it must be possible, and it was, in a manner of speaking. Can we watch Steve take off? We probably can, if he's quick about it. I think we're too far away, unfortunately. I can't see him at all.
Flap 0.
Speed checked.
So, left a good amount of thrust going for this climb.
0.
Anyway, we'll put that takeoff behind us, and we'll admire the spectacular scenery around Rio, which is beautiful. You might well be right. Try changing your settings, streamer. Sometimes YouTube defaults to a lower resolution. Yeah, no, they weren't, Harrison. They weren't. And thank you for the donation again. Very generous of you. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're just passing our transition altitude, so we'll set standard.
Set standard.
Standard, cross-checked. Passing flight level 074.
TCAS
Now,
standby,
check.
come on, doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't work. Give me caution messages when you make things work.
After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
Below the line.
Barrow ref.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff checklist complete.
How would it be landing on 02 right? Probably quite scary. Probably quite scary. Anyway, we made it. Everyone breathe and relax, all's well, and I'm sure the approach will be fantastic. Let me just check my charts. I believe we are free of that 8,000 feet altitude constraint now. No, we're not actually. No, it's after the next turn. Which is good, because it means we can see more stuff. Any sign of Steve? That's the question. No, we're just too far away. Thoughts on the TropicalSim scenery? Pretty good. Didn't have a good look. But yeah, not bad. That's my that's my considered opinion. Not bad at all. Probably worse than the Paro landing. Well, it looks pretty. It looks a lot more straight in than the Paro landing. Talking of which, I watched India Virtual Aviation flying from Kathmandu to Paro in X-Plane yesterday. And he had a very similar experience to me. He sort of understeered on the last turn. And yeah, I have to say it was a lot more fun to watch than to do. Maybe he's under the water. He's certainly being very quiet in the chat. Ah, good. Glad it's working better for you, stream. Hello, James. My day's going pretty well, thank you. I had to do work stuff this morning, but there was a chance of it going on all day, and it was over by 11:30. So, hence I'm here, and yeah, pretty pleased. Pretty pleased to be flying rather than doing work stuff. Yeah, keep us appraised, Jace. Hello, Ludwig. I'm doing all right, thanks. How are you? What's that down there? Is it a racetrack? Interesting. This city is just vast, isn't it? Really vast. Oh, no worries, Ben. Good luck with your final meeting. And a pleasure as always to have you here. See you soon. Flight record is awesome. Absolutely awesome. It's provoked some controversy on the VATSIM forums. The developer of Flight Control Replay has been on there talking about why people should buy his product. And I don't know. I've never used it. Is that the Maracana down there? I have no idea. I have no idea. Which one, Dimitris? Milan Linate or Milan Malpensa? They had very different conclusions. Oh, James, I feel for you. When are you back? The 8th, isn't it? It'll be alright. I'm sure it'll be alright. William, I had, yeah, it was just a bit, it was a bit short. Paralive stream was a clenching approach to watch. Honestly, you should have seen the state of me after that. I could barely speak. I could barely speak. It was one of the it was the most traumatic experience I've had in Flight Simulator ever, I think. Even worse than being told off by controllers at Gatwick. Oh, good, that was a good call, Stephen. It's the passengers that ruin all of this. Really? That's phenomenal. The Damon's one, right? Yes. You can fly something to Norway. I could fly something to Norway, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I did a stream to Norway not very long ago. We took the CJ4 up to Trondheim. I love this sim though, look at it. Oh, and there's the big Rio airport just down there. So they're actually quite close together, aren't they? I'm sort of starting to think maybe I should have just taken off from this one. I imagine that's what they do with this flight in the real world. If they've got too many fatties or too much cargo, just fly the plane over to this airport and get them on board there. Nice, that's impressive, Carl. Are you on Unicom, Stephen? We haven't heard from you at all. I do see you on VATSIM now though, Steve. Yeah, I know. It's quite a special airport, that one. And your radio's tuned right? Because we didn't hear anything at all. I didn't hear Red Skull or you either. Ah, good. I haven't offered you a wing view. Just realised. There we are. Well, a bit of an engine view to start off with. That's yours, Caffel Jason. Yours will be along in a minute. What is Juliet frequency? What do you mean Juliet frequency? Do you mean the Unicom frequency? Is it 122.8? You should have had your lunch, or well, what time is it anywhere you are? It must be 1 in the morning. It's too late for you to be eating. I've got your best interests at heart, Harrison. The stream latency is colon. What does that mean? Oh, about 3 to 4 seconds. Oh, that's pretty good. I've changed the Streamlabs settings down to low latency from normal latency, and that's has made a big difference, I think. Do I remember the Heathrow to Gatwick flight via Singapore? Yeah, I do. I haven't forgotten. Does it exist in the real world? Talk me through that. Three to 4 seconds is pretty much as good as YouTube can get. Today followed a BA A320. Oh really? Are they restarting operations from Gatwick then? It's true, Harrison. I can't. There's only so much I can do for you. I've tried it, Jason. It's not for me. at the moment. It's a great start, but you know, I like to fly planes that fly realistically, and it's got a long way to go, put it that way. Look, Harrison, I'll try and get the cabin crew to bring you something up. Hold on.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, could you bring us some water, please?
Okay, I'll bring the drinks up in a minute.
Hey, water. You can have a bottle of water.
Hi guys, here are the drinks.
Thank you.
Sorry, Tom. Sorry to drag you out of bed. What happened to the cabin crew? They're too busy ferrying drinks up and down to the cockpit at the moment. No, so maybe we're just too far apart, Stephen. You only need to talk on Unicom really when you are moving around an airport, when you're turning final or you're taking off. You're right. She's not sounding keen on her work, is she? You'll be up all night, Harrison, if I give you anything other than coffee, let's be honest. Anyway, talking of which, I'm just going to nip to the toilet, won't be a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments we'll begin our meal service for the flight. Please refer to the menu given to you on boarding for the 2 meal choices and for the beverage choices available. We request that you keep the aisles clear to assist the flight attendants to serve you efficiently and also for your own safety. Thank you.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. What have I missed? Your MSFS is very laggy at medium settings. Oh. That's a shame. Yeah, you'd have thought... Well, I don't know. I've got a 1080 Ti and I don't get much in the way of lag. I don't know what to suggest, really. What's your graphics card? I disappeared for a moment, Kai. I did say I didn't put a little sign up, though. I should have put a little sign up. I'm back now, though. No, I had my lunch before starting, made sure not to worry you all again. What GCSEs did I take? Well, I took English language and literature, maths, double science, French, German, music, food technology, and history. Oh, sorry, yeah, I meant what's your CPU? That's what I meant. Now let's see if this version of the A320 has the new custom cabin views. It doesn't. This must be a different one. It's alright, I can make them for you. I'm going to do you some custom wing views right now. There you are. Now you can see the sharklets. Yes, I am on Volanta, yep, as Philbert flies. I'll add you. Oh, you're going a completely different route to me. That's interesting. I'm taking a much more southerly route via Poços de Caldas and places like that. Ribeirão Preto and São José de Rio Preto. My Portuguese pronunciation is impeccable, as you can hear. And you're going further north via Belo Horizonte, Divinópolis, that sounds nice, Salgotado, and Uberlândia. Can I tell you about Volanta? Yeah, so it's basically a flight tracking program. So you can import your SimBrief flight plans if you like, or it'll just follow you as you fly and record all of your different flights. Gives you a few statistics, there are little challenges to do, and you can see what other people are up to as well. Both people who are using Volanta offline and also people who are flying on VATSIM, whether they have Volanta or not. So Cuiabá. Well, fortunately, Harrison, I am an absolute expert on South American air travel. So I can say with some confidence that Cuiabá is in fact both a holiday destination and a regional route. And yeah, I can tell you much more besides, I'm sure, if you give me a few moments. It's got a football team, and it's the capital city of the state of Mato Grosso. Very near the centre of Brazil, and it forms the metropolitan area of the state of Mato Grosso, along with the neighbouring town of Várzea Grande. And Cuiabá means arrow fishing. It's an indigenous Bororo word. So there you are. Yeah, it must have just been like a movement, wasn't it? An empty... I don't even know what you call them in airlines. In the railway we call them empty stock movements, or empty coaching stock movements. You know what I mean? Taking an empty aeroplane from one place to another. Hello Andy, the flight is going alright. It was a little bit touch and go on the takeoff because the runway was too short for the plane, but that's not my fault. We got it in the air and all is now well. Hello Rodrigo. Yeah, 20 gigabytes ought to be enough, I would have thought. Good morning, Garlic Games. Good to see you too. Welcome. Nice, Kai. Yeah, so if he imports his flight plan into Volanta, he then I can see it, which he has, so I can. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. Yeah, it will be interesting to see who gets there first. It didn't go via Singapore. It's a shame. This stream wasn't supposed to be over Brazil? Did I promise something else, Christopher? Maybe I did. I lose track sometimes. I did a vote amongst my Club Filbert members. I did ping everyone, but you weren't there. Or you might have been there. You might have voted for the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm good, Darren, thank you. How are you? It is, yeah. The only thing I found is that it really reduced my performance, but only once. Most of the time it's absolutely fine. I do have a brain like Wikipedia, yeah. What do I enjoy? Oh, I've missed too much chat. I can't catch up. I will catch up. We've got 2 hours. I'm going to catch up. I'm going to read every message. Oh, enjoy the stalking. Yeah, I do. I do. It's true. Which is better to buy, Vienna or Zurich? Vienna. Defo didn't Google. Of course I didn't Google that. I come with a wealth of knowledge pre-installed in my brain, whatever the route. How many miles have I got until SBCY? Hang on. $733. No, I've never... Well, I have owned X-Plane. I had a demo. I didn't like it very much, and I haven't played it since. I used to play a lot of P3D, but not so far. Bad luck, Rodrigo. So the easiest way is to download the Liveries Mega Pack installer to get liveries. Very pleasant flight from Gatwick to Menorca. Nice. Nice. Oh, thank you, Garlic Games. You read my mind before I even had the thought. Ooh, I didn't know they had announced Stapleford, Harrison. That is very exciting. Yeah, I'm very excited. It's my closest airfield. So I will be snapping it up. Far too advanced for such people. Well, that is perfectly reasonable, Christopher. And usually no one gets any say in the route anyway. It's just a one-off. Just a one-off. Is that so, Keffel? Zurich's coming next from Gaia. Interesting. Didn't know that. So their next 2 releases are both going to be products that already have competitors out there. Sharky Gaming, thank you very much. Do I think I'll do a flight over New Zealand soon? I would love to do a flight over New Zealand, but I'm a bit particular about only flying between airports that have decent add-on scenery. So I'm waiting, I'm holding out for Flight Beams Auckland. And then I will probably do quite a lot of flights over New Zealand, I should think, because it's beautiful. When you have V-Pilot YouTube stream, this is true. I have a lot of windows open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've got 16 windows open, and I'm going to close 3 of them. So now I've got 13 windows open. Yeah, what are your thoughts on it, Harrison? Well, I've got 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I have heard it's worth having more RAM for this sim, so that might be something that's worth upgrading. Captain Morris is fast asleep, curled up with his sister on the sofa at the moment, which I'm thankful for, to be honest. Talking of which, I still haven't sorted out those memes for you lot. I will do it. Not memes. Emojis or emotes. I see my name, Demetrius, but that is the only word I recognise in that sentence. I'm sorry, I can't read Greek. Oh, right. Right, nice. Should we have a little bit of background cruising music? I feel we should. That was a rhetorical question. I wonder if... what I'd really like is an album of soft Brazilian music. Do you know what? We'll just... There's a playlist called Viva Brazil. I'm just going to stick it on, and I'll turn it down so it's not too loud. See what you think. If we don't like it, we can go back to some of my tried and tested favourites. Rio Carnival stuff, please. You got it. You got it. Ooh, I didn't know there was a Queenstown to Rotorua flight. I'm going to add that to the list, and I will stop waiting for. I'll stop waiting for Auckland. Yeah, it's largely football music, I think. Right, you know, I can actually delete quite a few of these flights because I've done them. So I can delete even. Delhi to Paro, we won't speak about that. I've still got to do Bristol to Greece in a very specific aircraft, GUZHV, which I will do at some point. I fancy that one. Colombia, I've just got a whole country here. Rio de Janeiro to SEQM. That's what we were going to do on the next Club Filbert stream, wasn't it? But it's 6 hours, so I think that'll have to wait. Prague, Valentin, Innsbruck to Bastia. I'll do that one in the CJ4 at some point. Queenstown to Sydney. Oh yeah, we could do that one as well. Frankfurt to Singapore whenever we get a decent long-haul aircraft. Ataturk to Heathrow. I've promised to do that one. I've specifically written promised, so I will do that at some point. I've got Bristol to a Greek island again. I can't remember who requested that, but they were obviously very keen. Hong Kong to Osaka, which I'll do if and when we get scenery for those. Southend to Alicante, Malaga or Barcelona. Heathrow to Gatwick via Singapore. Düsseldorf to Fairbanks. I don't even know where Fairbanks is. Barcelona to Cairo, Heathrow to Dubai, Montenegro, Bali to Brisbane, Delhi to Mumbai, and Queenstown to Rotorua. So these are all in the works. I'll get through them at some point. Oh, there isn't a route from Queenstown to Rotorua. Okay. Yeah, I'll do some research. My chat seems to be stuck sometimes, does it? You can always look at the actual the YouTube chat to the right of it. Yeah, I think there's a good vibe in the cabin now. I'm sure there are a lot of people up and about. Oh, sorry, I missed a bit, Harrison. Could do the 3 hops, which would then be accurate per flight routing. Wellington to Rotorua. Or Queenstown to Rotorua, Rotorua to Wellington. Okay, yeah. I'll sort something out. Yeah, I know, Rodrigo. I think everyone's going back soon, aren't they? I hope it goes okay. I imagine it's a bit of a change in pace. Thank you, Darren. Can you play some football in the back of the aeroplane? If you go right to the back galley, yeah, because we're not serving any food or drinks, so you may as well use it for something. Fairbanks, Alaska, maybe. How could I possibly have accepted a flight from... Maybe I've typed it wrong. Maybe it was 2 separate flights. Düsseldorf to Fairbanks in Alaska. I don't know why anyone would have requested that. Yeah, there's a certain sense of achievement whenever you do a simple flight on VATSIM without getting into trouble, I think. If I could pick any long hauler to add to the game, which would it be? It would probably be a 777. I would rather fly the 747-400, but there aren't many of them out and about these days, so I'd like something that's still in use, and it's a beautiful plane. I'd like an A350 as well, though. Lanzarote must pop up soon. Yeah, as soon as there's scenery, I'll do a flight to Lanzarote. I'm excited about that one too. Really? That's odd, Demetrius. I can't imagine why they've been doing that. Maybe pilot training? Oh, good luck, Garlic Games. Good luck. Queenstown to Sydney would be amazing, or vice versa. Yeah, it would. Is it an A320 route? There's some freeware that, I mean, the default Queenstown's pretty good, but I seem to remember that there's some freeware for it as well, isn't there? I can't find any routes from Queenstown to Sydney in anything. Yeah, I hope so, Rodrigo. I'm sure they'll keep you as safe as they can. Brazen Ibrahim, hello, welcome to the stream. I do. I'm very excited about the 787 because I used to love it in P3D. So yeah, we don't have too long to wait, I hope. How do you get your own livery? Well, one of my subscribers, Sonent, made it for me very kindly. Where did I stay in Lanzarote? Playa Blanca. It's an A320 route by Jetstar, Air New Zealand and Qantas. Awesome. It must just not be flying at the moment because of COVID. But I will do it. I will find it and I will do it. Okay, see you later, Garlic Games. Is the freeware any good for Hong Kong? They should be more sympathetic. Do you put MSFS in the comments? I find that forewarns them that things might not quite go to plan. Okay, Rodrigo. Yeah, or it could even be something to do with just getting their planes up and running and testing that they're okay after being stored for so long. Good, I'm glad Brokematcher. I am too. It's almost like we're in Brazil. Almost. Ah, thank you, Harrison. You are a gentleman and a scholar. And a month ago, you saw Ryanair again doing circles in Thessaloniki. I guess they must have a lot of pilots that have lost their currency, and a lot of planes that have been in storage for a long time. Maybe they're just sort of warming them up, making sure they work all right. Just speculation, of course, but it sounds plausible, right? Oh, no worries, James. Thank you. Freeware, Stephen. There's a link in the video description. Yeah, I love the A320. What did I have for breakfast? I had a bowl of muesli, an apple, a satsuma, and 2 cups of coffee. That sounds like quite an interesting idea, Broken Archer. Yeah. Yeah, why not do it? Yeah, I like A340s as well. Never flown on one. But they're impressive looking planes. So I haven't actually asked anyone to subscribe yet. I should do that, and you should all subscribe. Thank you very much. Then you'll see all my fantastic new content, especially if you click the notifications bell, and your lives will be improved immeasurably. So make sure you subscribe, click the thumbs up button if you'd like. You can even donate, like Harrison has demonstrated so ably many times. You can just go to streamlabs.com/filbertflies, just throw money at me, which is always fun for everyone. And the final option you've got if you want to support the channel is to join Club Filbert, which is my membership program. So you just need to click the join button below the video. There are 2 tiers. There's Club Filbert Bronze and Club Filbert Silver. With both of them you get custom emojis, you get custom badges, which you'll see a few people in the chat using now, different coloured uniforms on my little Filbert character. And then in addition to that, if you're in Club Filbert Silver, as if that wasn't already enough, you get a monthly private members only live stream. Oh yes, you also get access on both tiers to the Club Filbert Lounge on Discord. So there you are. Lots of options to support the channel. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll go back to the flight. Are people in different regions of the world nice? Gosh, what a... Yes. Yeah. I think people are people. You get nice people and not so nice people in everywhere, basically. Mostly fun for you. Yeah, I don't know. People get a great deal of pleasure from listening to my reaction when they give me money. So I think it is a two-way street. Hello, Robert. Welcome. How are you? You're going to try and get started once uni dies down. Good for you. Good for you. I know I don't do much GA flying, but there's also a grey Air Milford Cessna Caravan livery. Oh, okay. I know Sergio Del Rosso has done Milford Sound, Harrison. I'm surprised you don't know that I know that. It featured in my last but one freeware focus video. Camembert on toast. I haven't had any camembert since that last near-death experience. Sorry, on VATSIM what? On VATSIM! I've got to be honest. I find almost all the controllers on VATSIM very friendly and accommodating. And it pains me to say this, but I've never actually been told off anywhere other than Gatwick. I've done things wrong at other places, but I've found most controllers very tolerant. Oh, okay, another real life route from Queenstown, Air Milford to Milford Sound. Oh, right, I'm going to put that on there. That's going straight on the list. Queenstown to Milford Sound in a caravan. That sounds really good. I can almost guarantee that very few people will watch it because they all want to watch me fly airliners, but I'm going to do it anyway because it sounds amazing. And even most of the ones at Gatwick are very nice as well. I just have visions of Gatwick controllers tuning into my stream, listening to me moan about being told off. And I don't want to cast aspersions. There are some very professional, very nice, very pleasant and tolerant controllers at Gatwick as well. Oh, thank you, Harris. You really are spoiling me today. Not just with money, but with routes, liveries, news. You're an asset to the channel. Yeah, I wish you could too, Jason, but given that you can't, I wish you hadn't mentioned it. I might have to get some peanut M&Ms now. Custom wing view for, I can't remember whose side is whose all of a sudden. I think that's for you, Jason, isn't it? You're on the right, I think. It was a little. I forgive you. It's your birthday, you're allowed to be me. What sort of cake is it? Now you've started, you may as well tell us what exactly we're missing. So I've been having a look at planning this long haul that people are keen on me doing from Dublin to New York, and as far as I can tell, the A320neo can't make it from Dublin to New York, but it can, I believe, make it from New York to Dublin. So I think I'm probably going to do that for my 4,000 subscriber celebratory stream. Oh, nice. I was worried you were going to say chocolate. Oh, nice! I've been gliding once. I really enjoyed it. It was really good fun. Yeah, that's the downside to Volanta, for sure. Nice, enjoy, Kai. If you want long haul with A320, you can do Lisbon to Newark. Yeah, but neither has decent scenery. So I think we'll probably stick to the original plan. What are you struggling with Volanta, Andy? Maybe we can help. Yes, Rodrigo. You are drinking a bit of cockler. Is that cola? Okay, nice. JFK to London City with the A320. It'll be an awesome flight with a wonderful dive in the river right at the end. Yeah, I think that is exactly what it would be like, Demetrius. If I'm flying for 6 hours, I want to be pretty certain that I can land on a runway at the other end of it. No Lisbon yet. No, MK Studios Lisbon was awesome, and I really want to fly there in this sim because it's a beautiful city with a lovely approach over the sea. But no decent airport scenery yet. Really? Do you know, I've occasionally... Well, actually, my geography isn't good enough to be certain. But I've certainly seen a lot of ATC on the west coast of South America, sort of later in the day. Oh yeah, Bogota Center. Peru tends to sometimes have ATC as well. Just not so much... Brazil, sadly. Not that I've seen, anyway. It's the runways that I like. They're really what make the flying for me. How did that happen, Kai? Right, I'm going to get some peanut M&Ms. That's what I'm going to do. All this talk of nice sweet foods and cake and all that. I'm going to have to eat something. Bear with me. Saved a flight plan in SimBrief, but no clue how to get it into FlightSim to show up on Volanta map. Okay, so what you should have to do, firstly you have to link your accounts. So if you go to Volanta, and then, is it under settings? Yeah, go to Volanta, then settings, then connections. And in there should be the option to link your SimBrief account, I think. Although I'm not seeing it there, how did I do it? That's weird. I'm sure it was there. Oh yeah, it is there. Yeah, so settings, then connections, and in the bottom right you put in your SimBrief username. So that's the first step. Then when you're on the map screen, once you've done your flight plan in SimBrief and generated the OFP, you should have an option to add a flight plan at the bottom of that little window, which has your active flight on it. And then, ooh, what was that? It's an Elmo's Fire or something. That's cool. And then, yeah, you just import it. It should be as easy as that. Bottom of the river is nice. It's not. It's not for me. MK Studios is porting Lisbon. Yeah, it's just taking them too long. Please, can we see the route on Navigraph or Volanta? Yes, absolutely. I'll show you on Navigraph. I think it's a little clearer on there. Should probably take a look at our arrival at some point, actually, as well. There we have it. So this was our departure. We went round to the right, below 8,000 by here, and then up left. And basically we're heading in a straight line northwest. And this is our anticipated star, the SIN1 Alpha, which looks fairly straightforward, doesn't it, to be honest? Looks like a straight line to me. So from Sinip up to Ubdon. And this would probably be a good time to get the Meta. SBCY, then we can see what sort of runway we'll be using while we're up here. I will add some more music in a moment. Oh, it's raining. Broken clouds at 2,000. That's a shame. Never mind. Wind, the most important thing is 300 at 08. So runway 35 it is. Go to the approaches. Got a choice between ILS Zulu, ILS X-Ray, or an RAMF, which we don't want because it doesn't work in this plane. Which one looks prettier? Prettier, simpler. I think we want ILS. Hang on, what's going on here? Yeah, we'll stick with the ILS X-Ray, I think, so we'll just have a quick look at the chart. Ubdon, that's our initial approach fix, which we saw at the end of the star. heading 260, turn right, down to 2230 to Zodup. Bob's your uncle on the ILS. Should be pretty straightforward, touch wood. And then while we're here we can also get some other charts up. I'm going to miss laser chat, aren't I? I should have a look at this. Fields sorry, Harrison. I mean there, but for the grace of God. Do you know what I mean? In connections, down at the bottom right. Hang on, I'll bring the window out. I'll show you what I mean. I couldn't see it straight away either. It's not just you. Right, let's close the Navigraph window. Let me just check I don't have any personally identifiable information in Volanta before I show you. It's got my email address, but I'm not secretive about that. Right. So here's Volanta. Here's the connections page. And then down at the bottom right here, you've got SimBrief username. What was I doing? I was looking at the approach, wasn't I? Had we done with that? I think we were done with that, hadn't we? Yeah. We know what we're doing now. You've seen the route. We'll close that. And I'm going to find you some more music quickly. There's no other playlist specifically for Brazil. What about some salsa? It's sort of a similar vein. Musica Latina, that'll do us. Oh dear. Still wondering what the Navigraph connection can do. Well, it'll show you waypoints on the map, so it'll show you the latest nav data. I wasn't sure either, but there's an option on the map screen to show Navigraph data. It's not a particularly useful connection, I wouldn't have said. So we're still beating Steve, but not by much. Good afternoon, Ian. How are you? Welcome to the stream. That's true. The lack of passengers could give you the edge. It's true. You may yet win this race. What were you on? Were you on VATSIM, Jason? If you're on VATSIM and there's no ATIS online, you won't get the ATIS. But if you're using the built-in ATC or something else, I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery. It's quite a nice livery, this actually, isn't it? He kicked them off before he even got into the air. I presume this means from the east to the west, blue. This particular paint job doesn't bear too close a scrutiny because it's a little bit low resolution. But I'm not that bothered by the quality of liveries as long as they look roughly right. Then I have no clue, Jason. I mean, the built-in ATC is rubbish, it could just be that. Careful, Stephen, taking no prisoners is still a little bit triggering for Harrison, I think. I definitely am, Yuri. Yes, I am. The thing is, Harrison, I don't do well. I've got a list of smaller airfields that I want to review, but I know in my heart of hearts that I'm going to spend 4 hours each on them, and hardly anyone's going to watch them. So I'll definitely let you know what I think of it, but I probably won't do a review video of it, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with it. If you want offline ATC, I would either give Pilot to ATC a try, or ProFlight 3 has recently come out, which is an ancient program from like the FS98 days, but it's been updated to work with modern flight simulators, and I seem to remember it being quite good. But I tell you what, I'm tempted to finish Bimbles Around Britain at Stapleford if it's good. I was going to take us back to North Wales, but it's just default scenery, and it seems a little bit of a damp squib ending to the tour of the UK, you know. Oh dear, you're not having much luck with your planes today, are you, Rodrigo? Just Google PF3 MSFS and Pilot to ATC MSFS. Do I think it's worth €21? I think it's a little overpriced from what little I've seen, to be honest. But if you fly out of it a lot, it's sure as hell better than the default, so it's what it's worth to you, really. Can you be my co-pilot? I don't think you can, Rodrigo, because you don't have the sim. So no, there's no way for you to be my co-pilot, really. You want Milan? Get Milan Linate by Jetstream Designs. It's really good. Oh goodness, no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's sort of up. I don't know. I mean, I saw it for about as long as you did in the stream. To be honest, I haven't done much more looking around than that. But it's competent. It's solid. It's just if you compare it with other airports that cost €21, then it's probably not quite up to scratch. What are proper insane bush flying airfields? Have you been swearing, Harrison? Is that what went wrong? I'm sure you haven't. Sorry about that. I don't know, sometimes YouTube just ignores bits of chat for no apparent reason. Mind you, it wouldn't let someone type yoke the other day, so who knows? I should definitely do some flights from Manchester now it's finished. I should. Manchester to Birmingham. I'm trying to think, we've sort of missed both of them in the Bimbles because we're coming down the east coast. But yeah, I will certainly be flying from them at some point. If not on the same flight. Since Missionary Bush Pilot has gone viral on YouTube, there's some great freeware scenery coming out for Papua New Guinea. Oh really? Ooh, maybe the next group flights we series should be in Papua New Guinea. In fact, I did a little bit of flying with Big Herbiezoid there. He took me out in the Cessna Caravan to try and teach me how to fly it properly, with limited success, but it was a lot of fun. Oh, no worries, Jenny. See you again soon, I hope. Yeah, obviously YouTube's got a bit more lax on what it'll allow. Pootles around Papua. There we are, that's what I've been trying to work out, what we'd call it. Pootles around Papua. Do you know though, I was putting off doing flights from Manchester because I wanted to wait until it was fully released, and now it has been, and I still haven't done any flights from Manchester. So I will fix that. I'm glad you. I know you were kidding, but I'm glad you reminded me, gave me a gentle reminder at least. Oh, I don't like this track. I'm gonna wind this on. He does. I know. I've watched a few of his videos. Absolutely incredible stuff. We should do it. We should do it. Mossy, hello. How are you? We were talking about you the other day, me and Astromidus, because our birthdays are both coming up. So we're just hopeful that the VR headsets have been ordered and dispatched and are ready to go. Yeah, this is a better tune. Is this me playing live? If only. So if anyone watching hasn't yet subscribed, do please click the subscribe button and the thumbs up button if you've got time for both. If you've only got time for one or the other, the subscribe button is my favourite. No, don't you remember on your birthday or one of the Bimbles, we were talking about VR headsets and I said the next person who mentions VR is going to have to buy me one for my birthday, and it was you. And then Astromidus got in on the action, Mark, and said, well, you know, my birthday's coming up too. And there was a whole discussion about, you know, whether you might be able to get bulk discounts and so on and so forth. So whether or not I've got a VR headset coming is very much down to you. Yeah, the lightning bug's clearly back. Sorry, Russ, I can only apologise about the cabin crew. Oh yeah, and Marcus's birthday's coming up too. Yeah, I'd forgotten that. I don't know, Stephen. I'm hoping that I'll just have a lot of presents that I'm not expecting turning up on my birthday. Oh dear, I'm not in the zone today. My landing lights are still on, my seatbelt light's still on. It's because having to do work before flying frazzled my brain, I think. Yeah, I can't wait for the CRJ. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, the gears up, that's about the only thing I've managed. You think it would give the A330 a miss? Well, I think it's perhaps a little bit... it's in its early stages. Tom, good grief! £50! Thank you very, very much indeed. That's super generous, and I really appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, I took the A330 for a spin, and in some ways it's very impressive, but it doesn't fly like an A330 yet. And to think, I was considering not doing a stream today and doing Freeware Focus 4 instead. And then I'd have been, well, it'd have been 60 quid poorer, so I'm very glad I didn't. And I now know what POG means, sort of, I think. So I can fully appreciate that emoji, even though I can't see it, I can picture it. I want to know what you typed and then retracted now, Kaffel. Did you use the wrong emoji? I hope not, seeing as you're supposed to be mentoring me. Does it crash like an A330? I haven't tried crashing it. Did manage to do a circuit in it. And you know, what they've done is amazing. They've tweaked the flight deck. It certainly doesn't look exactly the same as the A320. And I think they deserve congratulations for everything they've done. And I think a lot of people will love it, but it's not quite there for me yet. I'm disappointed I can't type emojis in Restream chat. It's irritating. You missed a £50 donation, Jason, from the incredible Tom. So that was very exciting. Other than that, you missed me realising that I hadn't turned my landing lights off or turned the seatbelt sign off. So everyone's been probably sitting in their own filth for the best part of an hour now. Anyway, all's fine now. Little discussion of the A330, which I can summarise by saying I think it's really impressive what they've done, but it's not quite at a level where I want to fly at the moment. Can't test the GPWS. Big rush to the toilet. It's alright, Demetrius. I blame myself more than you. Oh, right, good. At least things are underway, and hopefully the result will be, you know, that there's nothing too awful wrong. Is she in pain? Gosh, bless her. That's awful. I can only imagine how much you wish you could get there and be with her. It sounds like she's being well looked after though, so that's something. And it, you know, it could still just be bruising and soft tissue damage and that sort of thing. So I hope she makes a speedy recovery. Yeah, tell her we're all thinking of her. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad both of the painkillers are working and that she's in good spirits. Makes a big difference. No, it's all right, Jason. It's all right. Wish there was something I could do to help. Ah, you're back. How was your last meeting? I know I normally play something classical, but I thought, do you know what? We're in Brazil. We've had a whole Brazil playlist. Now we're on a I can't remember what it's called, Musica Latina. So yeah, at least roughly geographically appropriate. Oh, don't worry, Demetrius, but thank you for reminding me. If anyone else has forgotten to like the stream, now's your chance. What are working title working on these days? As far as I'm aware, they're still just focusing on the CJ4 and the G1000 and G3000 ones, I think. Yeah, the CJ4 had another update very recently, where they got rid of the flat modification. So Asobo fixed it in the last update, so the individual aircraft no longer need to have that. In fact, I'm a little bit worried about this one. How old is this A32013 mod? Steve. Yeah, I am doing a little bit of twerking. What of it? See, this is the sort of thing I wouldn't be able to do if I had a webcam. Wasn't too bad at all. Good. Oh, yeah, I'm envious of you being done till next Wednesday. I've got 12-hour days tomorrow, Friday, weekend off, then I'm back in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, more 12-hour days. So, feels like a bit of a long slog at the moment. But then I have a week off, so that's good. No, Philbert isn't my real name. No. Yeah, in fact, it is my real name, but I put a space in between, in between Philbert and Flies, unlike on my channel, just to throw people off. Yeah, I don't use my real name on here. I might one day. I don't know. I don't know why. I suppose I just wanted to keep this virtual world quite separate from real life. So so I've used Philbert for a long time in Flight Sim. Oh, good. That's encouraging. I mean, no, you're not stupid. Philbert is a real name. It's just I've never actually met anyone called it. My real name is not Sam Chewy. I'm not Sam Chewy putting an accent on. Hi, Baccarus. Yeah, I must apologise to everyone who thought I really was called Filbert Flies. I feel bad now. Yeah, it's true, Ben. The end is in sight, I'm sure, and it won't be too long before you're able to fly out there. Ah, good. I hope things have improved, Vacarus. Yeah, what I want really, Tom, if I'm honest, I do want a pint, but what I really want is 2 vaccines and then a pint. Oh, that's good. That's sounding encouraging. How's about, so I'm looking at other albums that come up when I search for Latin. How's about Siesta y Fiesta? Let's give that a whirl. The perfect mix of acoustic flamenco, reggaeton, salsa, Latin pop and Spanish trap. First siesta, then fiesta. Sounds pretty good to me. I know, I couldn't even begin to pronounce it. Let me put it in Google Translate and see if I can get an approximation of how it sounds. Then I'll tell you whether I like it or not. I'll also check what it means while I'm there.
Anaximandro. Anaximandro.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It doesn't seem to mean anything, but it could have a typo in it or something. I'll take it unless it's rude. Mac Cos Simulations. I see what you did there. That's very clever. That will throw him right off. Did I download the world updates 1 to 3 from store free stuff page? Yes, I think so. Well, initially I tried to download the second world update through Content Manager, and then realised it wasn't installed. But yeah, I think that's what I did in the end. It's a rare Greek name. Well, I like it. I like it. I'll keep it. Who was what? So Ben, have you plugged your webcam in yet? Is it all up and running? Oh, do you know, I've heard of that. I don't think I ever did it, or if I did, I turned it back on again. But yeah, that's worth a shot if you're struggling with frames, definitely. Good call, Tom. It's good, but not as good as Demetrius. I like the name Demetrius. I had 2 good friends when I was at school, both called Dimitri. It's a nice name. Filberto El Moscas. What's Moscas? flies. Right, yes. No, I think what we want really is the verb. Filberto Mosca, I would guess. I'm not sure. Let me translate it. Oh wow, Filbert means something in Spanish apparently. Avellana. Is it a type of nut? Yes, it's a hazelnut. Okay, that means hazelnut flies, so we won't have Avellana Moscas. I'm going with Filberto Mosca. Por Español. Do I overclock my PC? Yes, I do. No, they were both Greek. They were both Greek. But they just didn't have an S on the end. Just got a new PC2, but you feel you'd want a bit more frames. On Ultra you run 30 in cockpit mode and 40 to 60 outside. Yeah, it depends on your spec. I mean, I've got, on my PC, I lock my frames to 30 and I've never really craved any more, so... Yeah, but it must be the noun, no, if it's got L in front of it. So what's Moscar? Moscar is a fly, I guess. Yeah, of course it's Buelos. Buelos. Yeah, I like that. Voa, that must be Portuguese, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, but Moscas is also Spanish, I think, for flies. No, Filbert Flieger auf Deutsch, ich denke. Actually, in Greek it's Dimitris. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Never knew that. The outside frames are good. You think the cockpit frames would be nice? Yeah. I tell you what, if I've got Brazilian subscribers leaving in disgust, I'll be very impressed that I ever had Brazilian subscribers. I don't stream at the right time of day. And given by their pitiful VATSIM coverage, I would say there's just not much interest in flight sim in Brazil. All too busy out in the sun enjoying themselves, dancing and having siestas, I guess. I don't know. Richtig. Danke, Markus. A-level German was not entirely wasted. Right, you want to make it nice without being clunky in the corner. Oh yeah, A-level German was wasted. Ich fliege, du fliegst, fliegt. Yeah, I should know that, shouldn't I? Shameful. Mush me, I like that. Oh, Cernan, hello, how are you? How are you? Someone was asking me earlier how I make my own livery. I said I ask you. Yeah, I haven't really used my German for 18 odd years, so a lot of it's gone. A lot of it's turned to dust, sadly. So how are you going to make your camera look nice? And why are you 3 minutes behind again? Mush me is that squashed? I've got to be honest, I didn't come to Brazil for clouds and rain. It's disappointing. Mush, right? Do you know there's a setting on YouTube? There's a setting on YouTube which allows you to stop people being able to rewind while you're flying and while you're streaming. And I think I might turn it on just for your benefit. Oh, thank you for the Greek translation. How does it sound?
Ο Φίλμπερτ πετάει. Ο Φίλμπερτ πετάει.
Oh, film, but petai. Something like that. It's hard to describe, but putting an overlay around it so it's not just a snapshot of you. Okay, I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Yeah, I think perhaps Google Translate is not the best way to learn Greek pronunciation. Our resident geographer's back. Thank you. Yeah, that would explain it. When am I flying to Tongkontin? I don't know. Maybe sometime in 2023. Yeah, welcome back, Harrison. Welcome back. Did you fall asleep? You just rotated from Manila. Nice. Have a good flight. How far have we got left to go? 191 nautical miles. Well, I guess we should probably start setting up for the arrival.
You have control.
I have control.
Now, fortunately, did a lot of this in Navigraph before, didn't we? That's weird. There's suddenly no meta available for SBCY. I wonder why that is. Meta SBCY. Let me Google it instead. Okay, light rain, broken clouds at 2,000 feet, so it hasn't changed much. And wind 3008 knots. So, arrival. We decided on the ILS X-ray, I think. To 35. Colonel Jakes, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. So yes, ILS 35, Cine 1 Alpha. Let me just check my Navigraph. I think that was what we did. Yep, Cine 1 Alpha. And the transition is given a CY001, but really I think we want the Ubdon transition, don't we? Yes, we do. Vias. Ubdon. So we'll insert that. Let's have a look at how it looks in the plan view. Oh, it looks perfect. Absolutely spot on. I was not expecting that. Alright, maybe I'll give it a go then. Maybe I'll give it a go, Tom. I did do the landing challenge there, like really soon after the sim came out, and it didn't go badly. I've just had my confidence shaken. So I'll give it a go in my own time, see how I get on. And then yeah, maybe I'll do it. I'm not making any promises, that's all. ILS frequency we want is 109.3. And we'll do our performance page. So, QNH 1014. Temperature 28. And wind I've forgotten again already, 300 at 8. Let's make up a transition level. So transition altitude is 4,000, so we'll call it 5,000. Not the MDA, transition altitude is 5,000. I was thinking I mustn't forget to check the MDA. And that is going to be 789 feet, which is 200 above ground level. Entry out of range. I put it on the wrong field again, didn't I? There we are, 789. And let's just have a look at the runway length and pick an auto brake level. – 2,300 meters. We'll use auto brake medium, I think, because then we can hopefully exit without having to backtrack. We'll see. And that's a setup for the approach.
You have control.
This music kind of reminds you of a water park in Turkey. Okay, interesting. I've never been to a water park in Turkey. I'll take your word for it. Oh right, nice, nice. Yeah, you're getting some pretty good scenery coming out of Australia at the moment. Para is 5 times harder. Okay, could I do a 5th of Para? Yes, I could do a 5th of Para. In Greece, if you want to say what's your name, you will say Dimitris, right? But if you want to say hi to me, you'll say hi Dimitri. Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know Greek names change like that. It's cool. You looked at the charts knowing what you'd have to do, you worked it out better rather than just winging it. Okay, I'll definitely have a play around. And maybe Tom Contin will be coming up. Do I sometimes put in the VOR frequencies for missed approaches? I don't, if I'm honest. I should, but I don't. Flying's going well, Darren, thank you. So basically, even with departures and everything, it's good practice to tune a relevant VOR frequency or NDB frequency or two, just in case you lose GPS or anything like that. And you should do the same on missed approaches, even if, as should happen in this aircraft, they're all drawn out and flown for you. Yes, I do have track IR. I probably won't, Kai, I won't lie to you. Depends how much practice I get in. So it'll be even easier, yeah, that's true, yeah, track IR does make a difference on approaches like that. All the nouns change that, didn't they? I didn't know that. I do find languages fascinating. We should probably start planning our arrival, really, in terms of, or planning our descent, I should say. We've planned our arrival. Let me have a look at the charts. So we need to be at 4,000 or above by Ubdon, so that's not a problem. So yeah, that's our initial approach fix. We want to be at 4,000 by then. We're now at 36,000 feet, so we need to lose 32,000 feet. 32 times 3 is 96. Add 10, 106 miles. So we'll start our descent 106 miles before Ubdon. Cool. Oh yeah, short runways, 300 feet a minute is totally unacceptable. I think it'll come, Stephen. I think it'll come. Yeah, that is a piece of advice that I always forget when people ask me about starting out on VATSIM. You can always just disconnect if it gets too much. I don't know, Harrison. They announced so many promising things. I have a hunch, right, that they basically stopped work on almost everything to work on the updates for the world, the airports for the world updates. I think they've got some kind of contract with Asobo or Microsoft that makes them prioritise those. and it's probably just taken up all their time. It's my gut feeling, but I don't know for sure. No worries, Darren. Enjoy your dinner. This is true. So I really do recommend Aviation Pro if you want to learn how to fly on VATSIM. Yeah, you can sort of. I mean, nothing's going to stop you connecting as long as you pass that fairly easy exam to get a VID and all of that. But it's a lot less stressful and a lot more fun if you spend some time learning proper ATC procedures before you connect for the first time. Then I recommend connecting a few times as an observer, listening to ground, listening to tower, listening to center frequencies, approach and departure, and you'll get there. Yeah, it's true. I was for Paro. I'm going to ignore that message, Demetrius. Assuming it was directed at me and not Stephen. For Paro, I got nothing useful at all on here. The RNAV approach is really properly screwed up. So I was just basically looking at Navigraph and trying to get the pink arrow to follow the route. I agree, Harrison. It is a shame. I don't know Beccaris, I'm afraid. I think he's right, Cathal. Atlanta's pretty good, Liverpool's pretty good, but compared with what they do for their actual payware add-ons, they're not up to scratch, I wouldn't have said. I liked a couple of their Japanese airports a lot, but they don't compare with somewhere like Kos or Florence or even Vienna. Oh, you having a little tutorial flight, are you? No, I know nothing about this, Demetrius, I'm afraid. So I think that now's probably a pretty good time to start our descent. Before we do, I'm just going to have a look at the charts to see if there are any obstacles or any minimum altitudes that we need to be aware of. 4,400 is the sector we're currently in, and that's going down. So no, we're good to go down to 4,000 feet straight away. Yes, it is, Vectorus. Oh, nice, good. I hope it goes well. I'm sure, I mean, you will love VATSIM. You'll find it stressful at first, but it's great once you get into it and know what you're doing a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's a good start. That is a good start. I've been using radios at work more or less my whole life. But still, the phraseology is different. And when I was doing my flying lessons and I was having to speak to the radio operator, it was just, it's like starting from scratch. Didn't expect that kind of music. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, I figured when in Brazil, we'll have at least... Well, I had a Brazilian playlist on earlier. I think you were here, weren't you? And now we're just sort of doing general Latin music. Turn on a bit of anti-ice before we go through these clouds. I have eclectic tastes, what can I say, Jason? Mind you, to be fair on them, they did update Vienna and they improved that quite a lot. I know this is one of their payways, but they must be doing some work other than Airports for the World updates. I should fly with Avianca? Well, I might. Yeah, I might do a bit more exploring of South America. I'd love to know how the finances of them working with Asobo work. Because they must, you know, they're essentially, Microsoft essentially giving away a lot of airports for absolutely nothing. Yet they must pay Gaia enough to make it worth their while to do that rather than working on their own stuff. So normally the cruising music, I just play some nice quiet classical stuff. But today, I put it out there. Jason requested some Brazilian music, so I've had a bit of samba and all that. But yeah, before I start the streams, the intro music is based on the country I'm flying to. Moscow to Kiev. No scenery. Otherwise, I wouldn't object to doing that route, yeah? I should, Tom, in a way, but I keep a list of what people request in the streams, and I've got to be honest, there's no easy way to say this, but I just do what I want. Today's the first time I put it to a vote, but I have got quite a long list to be working through of requests so far. I'll take it under consideration. I don't mind long-haul flights, but I don't like any of the long-haul aircraft in the sim. That's the issue at the moment. So, but possibly when Quality Wings bring out the 787, if it works well, then yeah, I might do Bogota to Heathrow, or I might do... where did I fly to? Santiago de Chile. That's the longest flight that British Airways does, longest direct flight. I did that in P3D in the 787, and that was quite satisfying. Long, but satisfying. You won't need to hold me to Lanzarote, it's going to happen. And so are some of these Australasian routes we've been talking about, as well as that when scenery allows. I'm going to have to learn how to use the autopilot in the Caravan. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I agree, Harrison. I mean, at the end of the day, we're getting pretty good airports for free, which is incredible. But if you compare them to Gaia's payware offerings, they're not of the same standard. Heathrow to the Falkland Islands? No, maybe not actually. Right, I'm just going to have a look at VATSPY. Seems unlikely that anyone else is going to be coming to SBCY, but you never know. Well, there is someone. Someone is inbound from Porto Velho. But he's going to be down well in advance of us. And then, of course, there's Stephen, who is Still a little way behind. But he's going incredibly fast. He's doing 465 knots. Mind you, hasn't started his descent yet. So, yeah, all looks good. All looks good. Heathrow, Athens, Dubai, Delhi, Hong Kong, Singapore, Australia, and an A320. I think there are quite a few legs in there that, you know, even that an A320 couldn't do, to be honest. Yes, I have, Tom. What you need to do is uninstall the nav data and then reinstall it, and you'll get 2102. Gatwick to Seoul or Anchorage. Again, it's no scenery or appropriate aircraft. And in every leg a giveaway. Lightning, there is a bit of lightning going on. Don't know how accurate it is. We had quite a lot of lightning in totally clear skies earlier, so I have my doubts. I think that bug might be rearing its ugly head again. Yeah, just hit the remove button, and then I can't remember if I restarted the application or not, but then next time you press install it should update it. Yeah. To be honest, I used the Navigraph nav data at the beginning and I didn't get on that well with it, so I uninstalled it, but lately they seem to have fixed the glitches it had, and it's pretty good. We've come to the end of the entire royalty-free South American music collection sleep, I'm afraid. So this is a playlist called Siesta y Fiesta. It's as good as I can do for you, I'm afraid. You don't have to uninstall the app, just the data. So remove the Navigraph data and then reinstall the Navigraph data. The installer I had worked fine. But it might be, I suppose it might be worth, if you haven't updated the installer for a while, downloading it from the link in the forums. Ah, good. Good, glad it worked out. Yes, I used to use their old nav data manager. Just don't have anything that uses it yet anymore, do we? Cool. I finished planning the Bimbles, by the way. For those of you who are around on Saturday, that'll be the next stream. And for those of you who are new, Bimbles Around Britain is my series of VFR group flights around the UK. So we started off in London. We're sort of doing a clockwise circuit around mainland Britain. And on Saturday we're going to fly from Edinburgh to Newcastle. I didn't catch a word of that. So approaching 10,000 feet, we'll turn the landing lights on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be arriving at our destination soon. If you're making a connecting flight, please see the customer service agent before the flight, or the video.
Awesome! Finally you can make one, I'm pleased.
For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through.
Ooh, I'd forgotten about Flight Recorder.
We'll collect any
Didn't work properly for me last time. Oh, you know what? It's been updated. It's been updated. I wonder if I've got time to update it before we get down and have to start recording. The race is on. It must be the other guy who I saw who was inbound for the name of where we're flying. Cuiabá. Yes, so version 0.10 of Flight Recorder's out now for anyone who's interested. And I'm downloading it right now as well. Okay. Yeah, coming up to Geordie Land indeed. Greek in Greece, okay. Oh, I did know that, yes. I did know that.
Ελλάδα.
Yeah, I did know that. I'm not going to try and say it. But yeah. Oh no, nightmare. Nightmare. The battery in my TropicalSim clip has just died. And now I can't sort my views out. Hold on. You can see the bar at the top, Wi-Fi. It gives you an ETA.
Para Cuiabá, o VATSIM no 320 na final para 35, estima 3 minutos para o cruze.
I don't know what he said, but I think he was talking about landing in 3 minutes. So we're passing through 8,000. We're a little higher than I would like to be, so I'm going to use a little bit of speed brake to get us down quicker. So 29 nautical miles to run, ETA 15:11, so about 7 minutes. And because we're going to be going through the transition level, we'll set local pressure, which is 1013 apparently. Oh yes, it is. That's fine. But we're too high. I must have miscalculated our top of descent slightly. Never mind, we can always give ourselves some delay vectors. Or we can just let the, the aircraft totally ignore our flight plan. That'll work too. Oof! Nasty weather.
Continuação Cuiabá, o VATSIM no 326 estabilizado, baixado e travado na curta final da 35, estima 2 minutos para o pouso.
What is it doing? It's interesting, isn't it? Interesting. So it says we're going to Ubdon, but we've passed Ubdon. And we want to be going to Udunu. He might be telling me off in Portuguese, I don't know. Yeah, I am happy with TropicalSim. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. Now I'm going to make a fool of myself by mispronouncing Cuiabá, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know where it's taking us. I don't know what it's doing. But that was quite a useful circle for losing height, so I'll forgive it this time. And we'll try again. We'll go direct to Ubdon. See how that goes. In fact, no, let's go direct to the next one, Udunu. Ah, he said something about being stuck and only being able to get out in 2 minutes. Oh, okay, thank you for that. Appreciate it. You definitely cleared us to land. What's going on? Two things are going on, Jason. Firstly, the aircraft's messing about and taking us off in weird circles. Secondly, I'm allowing it to do that because we're a little bit high, so we want to lose altitude. And if it goes around in another circle, I'm going to get a little bit annoyed. I think it is. Let's go direct to Udunu. Oh no, it's levelling off. Okay, good. Cuiabá traffic, Azul 4513, inbound ILS X-ray approach to runway 35, overhead Ubdon at 4,000 feet. No, it's going back somewhere completely different now. Let's just go into selected heading mode and fly to the next waypoint. And after, let me just check my chart, but I think we descend after Udunu. So we can go down now actually to 2,600 feet. And we'll extend flaps 1.
Approach checklist.
Oh no, we'll do the
Briefing.
approach checklist first, then we'll extend flaps 1.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Baro ref.
1013 set.
1013 set. Minimum. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
And then by Zodup we want to be at 2,230. So let's continue our descent down to 2,200, that'll be fine. Reduce the range.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
And then we'll move on to a localizer
Checked.
intercept heading to give it some chance of intercepting the localizer. I'm approach mode, and we might overshoot a little bit, but we'll come back because it's quite a tight turn, and this is an aircraft that's not very good at quite tight turns.
Coordenação Cuiabá, o Vasco no 32 livrou na alça e conseguiu o táxi via eco até o pátio de carga, posição remota 04.
Did you catch any of that sleep simulations?
Flaps 2.
Speed checked.
Ding the cabin.
Flaps 2.
Gear down.
And we'll get our gear down and flaps
Gear
2
down.
before we intercept the glide slope. I have no idea what's going on. Collision on runway with the Brazilian guy, please. Hello, Red Skull. He's taxiing via Echo. Okay. I wonder if he understands what I'm saying. Nice work, Harrison. Right, so I think this hasn't had the lift fixed. So we were just very, very nose up.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked.
Steve, if I mess this landing up, it's your fault for
Flaps
sending me a duff
3.
version. He's taxiing via Echo, right, okay. Cuiabá traffic, Azul 4513, 5 mile final, runway 32. Correction, 35.
Flaps full.
Speed checked.
Flaps full.
Cabin
Checked.
crew, be seated for landing.
It's not capturing this ILS very well at all, is it?
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Low.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Are you sure it's the fixed one, Steve? Because they only brought out the fix for the sim yesterday. So if it's not been updated since then, yeah, this is very wrong. Look how high our nose is.
Continue.
Yeah. But, you know, it wouldn't let me download the latest version, so we'll just have to fly an approach with the nose sticking in the air, I guess. So what they did in the sim update was they fixed the lift issue. So all of the fixes that have been put into the aircraft before yesterday have to be removed, or we're going to end up in a situation like this. Yeah, look, it's trying to command 10 degrees of pitch up on final. It's not good. It's not good.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
So now we're floating as a result of that. So it's got too much lift. But
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. $70 knots.
that was not a go-around situation. That was totally fine. It was just the pitch attitude had to be very high to make us not crash. So it's basically the opposite problem I had when I had installed 2 fixes, I think.
This would be your indication that it is safe to move around the cabin. Gather your belongings.
Relatively nice, yeah.
We'd like to thank you for flying with us.
Maybe they haven't patched it in any of the versions yet. Yeah, I know. That was a definite possibility. Look at that! I remembered to I remembered to retract my spoilers for once. Absolutely, new boy. Oh well, at least the CJ4 still works properly. Relatively nice, I think. Relatively nice, given the attitude. Yeah, we will watch Steve land. Yeah. Turn off the weather radar, predictive wind shear warning. And we'll set this transponder TCAS to standby. And the real flight parked on stand 3. So I'll have a quick look when we when we vacate the runway as to where that is, which end. So this is freeware. There's a link in the video description if you want to download it. It's going into freeware focus because I think it's incredible. Azul 4513, clear of runway. And we'll just stop here a minute while I consult the charts, because I think Steve's far enough back that we don't have to worry about him crashing into us. I hope. So stand 3 is the second one in on the terminal on the right, so next to that guy, I think.
After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Oh, interesting. That says this is 3. Okay, we'll go with that then, I think. So it's definitely 3.
Taxi light off.
No, this is an old version of... I don't know, actually. Steve will have to answer that, because my updater didn't work, so he sent me this version. I think because he does QA testing. So I suspect it's sort of an older dev version with some untested bits bolted onto it. That's my guess. But he's probably concentrating on his flying at the moment, I imagine. Very good, Caffel. Not bad parking, is it? Bang on the centre line. Just need to nudge it forward a tiny bit, I think. Yeah, let's nudge it a bit further forward because we're still slightly sticking over that red line. I always assume with A320s that it's going to be the first stop line you come to, but that's not always the case. We'll leave it there. Okay, APU bleed on. Engines off. Seatbelts off. Beacon off. Fuel pumps off. We've got external power, so we'll turn that on, and we don't really need the APU anymore, so we'll get rid of that for some peace and quiet. And we'll do the parking checklist.
Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Set.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and chocks.
On and in.
Parking checklist complete.
And there you have it. Welcome. Welcome to Cuiabá. Assuming that's how you say it, I'm not sure. Sleep simulations. Am I pronouncing it like that? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Need to use the tablet. There's nothing I need from it though. Can have a little look at it if you want. We could. Oh yeah, you're right. No, because I was going to do baggage, wasn't I? I'd totally forgotten all the ground stuff. Okay, so let's have some baggage and some catering. Shall we see if it works? I mean, we have baggage vehicles and a catering vehicle. Maybe you have to press it. Ah, okay, fair enough. Maybe you have to press it twice. I know you sometimes do in Pushback Express. No, that's not doing anything, is it? But then neither's Pushback Express. Maybe this vehicle just... This vehicle? Maybe, oh, there is baggage. There's baggage happening around the other side. I thought these vehicles were going to start moving for some reason. Let's push it again. In fact, let's get back on board, because I think that button maybe did work. See what this guy's going to do first. Yeah, you're right, Tom. I don't know why I thought they were going to move. He's just driving about with his little conveyor belt thing, mate. He's not got a care in the world. Right, let's get back on. Press the baggage thing again. Give it a good firm press. And the catering thing. See what happens. Ah, it's working. It is working. I did hear something, Steve. It could be that your microphone's not loud enough, or it could be that you're just a bit too far away. Get ground power, but I'm already connected to it. I'm a bit worried it'll disconnect. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're here, aren't we? All right, I'll press ground power. So this guy should start moving now, right? Let's try again. Oh yeah, he's doing something. I don't know, Tom. I don't know. Steve's the one to ask because he tests all these new bits. I imagine it probably does if it's in there. I can hear some crackling on the radio. Don't want to miss him. Let's get set up at the end of the runway and see Steve come in. In the meantime, as we go down there, just have a look at the quality of these buildings. Pretty impressive, isn't it? No, I didn't know that, Mr. Zambu. 15 miles out. Oh, okay, we got a bit of time then. No, I did not know that. Let's do it. Right alt and click. Ah, yeah. I've got a separate window. I bet you can't see it on the stream. But it's worked. You'll have to take my word for it. Yeah, and you can do that with all of the displays, can't you? I've never had any real reason to, but yeah, it's a handy little feature. Especially, I guess, if you use multiple monitors. What was that Bing about?
Coordenação Cuiabá, o Vasco no 326 na rebota 4, vai iniciar os procedimentos.
Suddenly the parking brake's hot. Interesting. But I think the brake fan's working, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You can even hear it. That's pretty cool. Harrison, you're very, very welcome. Thank you again for your contributions, and sleep well. Don't get up too early. I think you can turn it off. I'm sure I found a way of turning it off. There's a click spot. I'm sure of it.
Coordenação Cuiabá, o Vasco no 326 na rebota 4, vai iniciar o pushback com cauda à direita.
Okay, I caught pushback. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, hang on. Is it the button on top? No. I could have sworn there was a way of doing that, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, that is impressive sounding, Tom. As RuPaul says it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Steve, we're all counting on you. We're counting on you to end the stream on a high. Night, Harrison.
God help me.
Okay, Demetrius. Well, nice to see you, and good luck with your study.
On final, 5-mile final to runway ILS, runway 35.
Hearing you loud and clear now, Steve.
Coordenação Cuiabá, o Vasco no 326 no baixo de carga, vai iniciar táxi via Eco e Delta até o ponto de espera da 35.
Oh, this could end badly. So he's taxiing. Steve's inbound. And I suspect that he doesn't speak English and Steve doesn't speak Portuguese. I feel powerless to help, but I'm glad it's not me on final. Hopefully he'll look at VATSIM. Yeah, the weather's looking good, isn't it? It's not quite what I'd hoped for, but it looks nice. How's he pronouncing this airport? It's nothing like I was saying.
Final approach 5 miles to ILS runway 35.
Cuiabá, something like that, I think. Oh, there he is. There he is. This guy seems to have stopped for you, Steve, hopefully. No, I know. No, it's going to be alright. He's stopped. Everyone relax. Steve, relax. If you can hear me, Steve, you're doing a fine job. To me, Portuguese sounds like a cross between Spanish and Russian. And I speak a little Spanish, not very much at all, but a little bit. And I can't really understand anything. It's looking good. Just ignore that, that's VATSIM being weird. And of course the model matching isn't working. I don't know, you can't tell on VATSIM whether something's good or not. But it did look pretty nice to me. So well done. I bet the other guy's just gobsmacked that there are other aircraft here. He's used to being the only one. Maybe occasionally you'll see a few aircraft in Sao Paulo or Rio. Oh, and he made the turn off?
IMX 2017, clear of runway 35.
Very good. Yeah, I've noticed that. You film the centre line, but better than Phil Butt. I think, to be fair, I mean, he's using the same plane I am, so I can't use that excuse. We don't know. We'll have a little check of Volanta in a minute. Watch Brazilian guy take off. Good idea. Oh, there's two people. Someone else has spawned in now. Busy. Right, I'm going to try and watch Steve park and watch the Brazilian guy take off. He seems to be aiming to park as far away from me as possible. The float you're seeing is because he doesn't have the scenery installed, I think, probably. Here he comes. Oh, my pleasure, Marcus. Glad you enjoyed it.
I didn't see you.
Oh, he's done a Yui. Amazing. How's the other guy doing? Lining up yet? Not yet.
Coordenação Cuiabá, o Vasco 326 no ponto de espera está 35. Vai ingressar, alinhar e manter.
Is he, I guess that means he's lining up. God, he must be getting a headache with all of this sharp panning around I'm doing. He's lining up and waiting, right, thank you. There's Steve safely parked at a gate. Engines off, wheels still spinning, oddly enough. Let's watch this one go, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, he waited for you. He held, from what I could see. I guess seeing a plane coming into land a few miles away is all you need. So my landing rate was -133 for those who care about that sort of thing. I can't see Steve because he hasn't accepted my friend request on Volanta.
Coordenação Cuiabá, o VASP no 326 alinhado na 35, vai decolar no padrão ANZAC no Charlie, com livre ascensão ao FL240 pela Zulu no 5, com destino a Porto Velho.
Don't know what that was at all. I thought I heard Trez. I thought I heard that before as well. I assume they said something about runway 35. Here he comes. Hello Sakith, welcome, welcome. We're right at the end, I'm afraid, but we're just watching a stranger takeoff on VATSIM from however you say this airport. I'm too scared to say it, having heard actual Brazilians pronounce it now. Cuiabá? Maybe. There he goes.
Coordenação Cuiabá, o VASP no 326 agora do solo aos 56 da hora.
Sorry, I was a bit too zoomed in. But there we are. Two... I wondered if that's what he was doing, Sleep. 430... Yeah, well, as I always say, your feet per minute is not a good measure of how good a landing is. It looked good to us. His name is Antonio. Hey? 1080 Ti, all of my system specs are in the video description. So with that, I think I'm going to call it a day and start getting my dinner ready. But I thank you for joining me as always. Do click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the thumbs up button. And I hope to see you again soon on Philbert Flies. Next stream will be on Saturday at 1400 Zulu. Take care. Bye bye.